Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's case, we are going to be talking about a serial killer who went on a killing spree in Tokyo, Japan. This happened between August 22nd, 1988 and June 6, 1989. The serial killer's name was Tsutomu Miyazaki, and I'm probably saying this wrong, so I am going to apologize now. However, the public knew him as the Otaku Killer, or the little girl murderer. Miyazaki was born with deformed hands, and this was due to him being a premature baby. Growing up, he got bullied a lot because of this, in elementary school all the way up until high school. So this caused him to be a very quiet and shy student. It was later found out that Miyazaki was actually born from an incestuous relationship between his father and his older sister, so his mother wasn't his biological mother. After high school, he applied to a private and prestigious university in Tokyo. However, he was rejected. This is when his grades began dropping, and he eventually went to a junior college and studied photography. He initially wanted to go to school to become a teacher, but after he got rejected, he changed his mind. He began turning to taking photographs of women, and a lot of these women were women on the tennis team. He just grew this fascination with them. Miyazaki hated his family. He actually had a really close bond with his grandfather. However, his grandfather ended up passing away, and he went into this really deep depression. His grandfather died in May of 1988. And when they got his grandfather's ashes back, it was even said that he ate some of his grandfather's ashes. He got caught one time when his older sister was showering, and he was trying to spy on her. And once she found out, she told their mother. The mother confronted him, and he ended up attacking her. He ended up collecting pornography, and it was anime, adult, and child, and he had a ton of videos. So just 3 months after his grandfather died, on August 22nd, 1988, is when he abducted his first victim. It was just one day after his birthday. He abducted a little girl named Mari Kono. She was playing at her friend's house when she was leaving, and he abducted her and drove her to the woods. They were parked underneath a bridge, and they sat in the car for a few minutes, and he began strangling her. He ended up engaging in acts of necrophilia with her body. He ended up leaving her in the hills near his house and took her clothes with him as like a prized possession to remember what he did to this poor little girl. He ended up returning to the scene of the crime a few days later, and he collected some body parts and teeth. He turned her teeth into powder and put them in a box with a postcard and sent it to her family. So on October 3rd, he found another victim. He was driving home when he saw a little girl, and he offered to give her a ride, and he ended up doing the exact same thing to her as he did to Mari. He ended up taking pictures of her and kept those, and again, he sent some of her remains and a postcard to her family as well. And he would do this for a third time. And with this third victim, he ended up drinking her blood. On July 23rd, 1989, he tried to commit a fourth act of violence. However, when he was taking photographs of the little girl, her father showed up. This is when the father started screaming and yelling at Miyazaki, and he ended up running away from the scene. He was caught by police and was arrested. Police ended up searching his house, and they found crazy stuff, and he was done. This is when he was done for. Because like I said previously, he took things from these little girls as trophies to keep for himself to remember what he did. And this is what police found. When he was on trial, he tried to tell the jury that he had an alter ego known as the Rat Man, and this is the man that was committing all of these crimes, and he had nothing to do with it. However, of course, this didn't work. Like, people aren't gonna believe that. He ended up being fit for trial, and after the trial was over, he was sentenced to death. Miyazaki's father refused to pay for his legal defense because of what he did. Like, no, I wouldn't either. His father ended up committing suicide in 1994. He ended up being hung on June 17th of 2008, at the age of 45. And that is the story of the Otaku Killer. Let me know in the comments down below what other serial killers you want to hear about. And be sure to press that subscribe button and the bell notification, that way you get notified whenever I post my new video, which is every Saturday. But until next week, I will see you guys later. Bye.